Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the long awaited Target book collection video, which is definitely due an update as I have not shown this collection off since, I think it was April last year actually, because I've done the Doctor Who book collection, so yeah, I think it was then. So as you can see, the collection has grown quite a bit. Yeah. Now I actually did record a collection video a couple of weeks back, but I just never got around to uploading it, and I've gotten more since. And I'm pretty much done with Target books for now. So I thought, well, let's do a collection video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Also, apologies for the lighting being a bit weird in this one, but the light is sort of dying down outside, and the living room light, I have to put it on because it would look a bit too dark. So apologies for the weird sort of a cloudy looking light, but yes. And there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. No, I can't remember. So let's just get started. So we have, not right at the beginning, but Doctor Who and the Daleks. The Edge of Destruction, you will have not seen this yet because I am actually uploading this video after I've done unboxings, so this is new to the collection. Very glad to have it as the book is worth about £30 on its own, and I'm actually getting a bundle with another two rare books for the same price, so incredibly happy. Marco Polo. Sensorites, another recent one, and it's in brilliant condition. The Reign of Terror, this one actually just came today, and I fucking love this cover to absolute bits. It's amazing. Dalek Invasion of Earth, of course, a very iconic and unique cover because that is not a depiction of. Also, that was the other thing I was going to say actually. Apologies for the noise if you hear a noise outside and like throughout the house. It can't be helped. Anyway, interesting cover because it's not true to the story. It's obviously taken from the Peter Cushing film. So the Romans, one I got back in, when was this, 2018 I think, and I bought it and it was only £4 at a Comic-Con, and I've since found out this book is worth like £20, so I'm very glad to have this one. Doctor and the Zarbi, again another one I found at a Comic-Con in great condition. It is an original and it only costs like £3 I think, which is very good. Doctor and the Crusaders, the Blue Spine edition of the Time Meddler, which again I'm very glad to have. Galaxy 4, again another one I'm glad to have and is in brilliant condition. The Mythmakers, which is going to probably be my next read. Again, it's a story that I really love and I think is absolutely underrated and needs more praise. I've heard the Target book is very funny, actually, and it's written as a Greek diary entry, so there we go. The Gunfighters, again, this was cheap and it's in brilliant condition. I've done really well with the Hartnell books recently. Look how colourful that is, it looks amazing. The Savages, which again will probably be my first Hartnell read, or my second. Apologies for the laughing in the background. Yes, very glad to have this one because I love the Savages as a story, so I cannot wait to read it as a Target book. Doctor and the 10th Planet, very iconic cover. Doctor Who, The Power of the Daleks, the Virgin book. I am so happy to have this because I did not actually buy this myself. A friend got it for me. And I don't know how much they paid, but I'm very happy to have this. It's probably my favourite book that I own in the entire Target book. I know it's not a Target book, but it still continued on the numbering. So I love this book. I'm so happy to have it. It's amazing. Doctor and the Cybermen, otherwise known as the Moonbase. The Faceless Ones, my current read at the moment actually, and yeah, it's quite good. Terence describes things a lot better. He gets into some of the characters' minds, like spoilers if you've not read it, but the Commandant we find out is a cricketer, and we find out like Spencer, who's one of the chameleons, he's not the brightest one and all that. Like, we just find out some interesting things about the characters, and it's just quite nice. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm nearly 100 pages in. Doctor Who and the Tomb of the Cybermen. The Abominable Snowmen. The Ice Warriors, another beautiful, iconic cover. The Enemy of the World, written by the fabulous Ian Mortar. The Web of Fear, another one of my favourite covers. One of the doublers books, we have the Dominators and the Crotons. I got this just because it was cheap. It was like £4, and I thought, well, for 2 Target books together, can't go wrong, and those 2 books are worth about £25 altogether on their own, so much cheaper way of having them. The Invasion, which again, this I found out is rare and hard to get, and I got this at Comic Con again for £4. Amazing, incredibly happy. The War Games, which for a 10-part story they managed to stretch down into like a 123-page book, and apparently The Awakening is longer as a book, and this entire experiment is actually not too far off the length of this one, and that's a 2-parter, so fucking hell, I cannot wait to read this one because I just want to see how like well it's done. Sorry, we're just moving some things around. Next up we have Doctor Who and the Auton Invasion, otherwise known as Spare from Space. Doctor and the Cave Monsters, otherwise known as Doctor Who and the Silurians. The Ambassadors of Death and Inferno. Now the reason why I've done it like that is because again, 2 books I'm very happy to own because again I found out these are rare, and obviously if no one knows in this, if you're a viewer on my channel who doesn't know this, I got all the Pertwee books back in December 2017 for 50 quid, and these 2 were in it, obviously. So very happy to have these, and they're really nice covers and a nice beautiful contrast, purple and orange. Doctor Who and the Terror of the Autons. Again, a very iconic and classic cover. Doctor Who, The Mind of Evil. Doctor Who and the Claws of Axos. Doctor Who and the Doomsday Weapon, otherwise known as Colony in Space. Doctor Who and the Daemons, a very battered copy, but again, one I'm very happy to have. Doctor Who, The Day of the Daleks. The Curse of Peladon. The Sea Devils, again, another one I'm very happy to have. The Mutants. The Time Monster, which, again, not the best story, but I'm glad to have it because it's rare. And also, this one's actually signed by David Prowse. And if you don't know who David Prowse is, he plays the Minotaur. Well, he's the guy in the Minotaur in the Time Monster, but he's better known for playing, for being Darth Vader. So I'm happy to have that. God rest his soul. The Three Doctors. Carnival Monsters. Really like this cover. I love the yellow and the green. Doctor in the Space War, otherwise known as Frontier in Space, which is probably the only Target book title they changed. Actually, there's another one. There's 2 Target books where I prefer the original titles. This is the Space War. No, I prefer the titles to Frontier and Space, and we'll get on to the other one in a minute. Doctor and the Planet of the Daleks. I love this cover. Doctor and the Green Death. Again, another gorgeous cover. The Time Warrior. The Dinosaur Invasion, otherwise known as Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Death to the Daleks. Iconic, wonderful cover. A Dalek being smashed to bits. It's brilliant. The Monster of Peladon. And Pertwee's last, The Planet of the Spiders. So I'm just going to quickly move this first half down because things are getting a bit uncomfortable as in to navigate. So I will just quickly do that. Okay, so next up we have Doctor Who and the Giant Robot, which was the first one to use this style of cover, well, this style of logo, and I thought they'd done this more, but obviously not. The only time where they'd done that with Tom Baker, they put his face in the O, which was kind of weird, but obviously it was to promote him being the new Doctor, so The Ark in Space, which apparently I've heard is the best one that Ian Moore ever done. I've heard he really describes the body horror well and makes lots of like, how do you put it? He's really obsessed with the description of the body horror in this. Like, I watched an interview of him on YouTube, and basically he said how with the Target books, when you see the monster it gets off for the Wirren, when you see it, develop more, he doesn't want to repeat the stuff like, oh, it's gotten a bit bigger or it's got more ooze coming out of it. Like, he changes each description of it and makes it more gruesome as the progression of what's he called? I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who becomes the Wirren. He makes the description a lot more gruesome as it goes on, which is very nice. But I'm looking forward to reading this one. And it's signed by Philip Hinchcliffe, which is very nice. The Sontaran Experiment, this is going to be the first Tom Baker one. Oh no, I tell a lie actually. This will be the next Tom Baker one I shall read, because I just really want to see, again it's written by Ian Moore, I really want to see how he has just managed to turn this two-parter into like a 120-page book. Really interested to see how he does it. And one I have read, Genesis of the Daleks, this is the previous one that I finished reading. It's very good. Basically what it is, it's just if Genesis of Daleks, because it's already so good as it is, it's just basically if Genesis had a movie budget. So imagine rather than Genesis being made by the BBC, a cheap six-parter where they had no money. I'm not saying that literally they did have money, but there were certain things that they just could not manage to do or pull off. In the book, Terrence manages to pull off all those things. I'm going to be honest, the book might be even better than the original TV story. But in terms for visuals, I much prefer the TV story. But they're as good as each other. The Target book is definitely a great read. The Revenge of the Cybermen, love this cover. The other book where I prefer the original title, Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster, otherwise known as Terror of the Saigons. The Seeds of Doom, probably my favourite Target book cover. Actually, it could be. It's definitely my top 5 Target book covers. I love this cover's absolute bits. It's so cool. The Hand of Fear. Doctor Who and the Face of Evil, again, another cover I love. Just Louise Jameson, Tom Baker, the blue and the green, again, such a beautiful contrast of colours. The Robots of Death, which apparently is the shortest and thinnest Target book ever, and I see what people mean because it's only 108 pages. So there we go. Tales of Windshine, again, one I'm very happy to have. This is actually original printing and it is in superb condition. Image of the Fendal, which again is a very short book. Actually, this might be the shortest one. I'm just going to check how many pages it is. $109 apparently. Yes, 109. So the three shortest Target books definitely are The Robots of Death, Image of the Fendal, and one we will get onto in a minute. The Reboss Operation. Ian Moore's first one he wrote, I think, for Target. Actually, no, wrong about that. The Stones of Blood. The Power of Kroll. And the other very thin Target book, Destiny of the Daleks. Again, I love this cover. A lot of the Tom Baker books are very thin, I must say. Also, I don't really like this point for Target because the spines just become sort of boring white. I love it in the early days when they're much more colourful. And then you get to this point where it's just all kind of blue and it's weird. The Horns of Nimon, again, another one I got today. Meglos, which I do not like. Earthshock, written by Ian Moore. Shit cover, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The Wonderful Time Flight by Peter Grimwade. Yeah, I used to really like Time Flight, but now, yeah, it is a bit shit, isn't it? But I'll see if it's any better as a book. Snake Dance, my least favourite Doctor story ever, but it's actually quite a cool cover, to be fair. I like the purple, but I don't like Davison in the logo. Warriors of the Deep. Frontios, again, this is another one that came today. The Caves of Androzani, which I cannot wait to read. I love that cover to bits. The Two Doctors, the first edition, and this only cost me £5. This is the original first edition, so I'm very happy to have it. And then moving on to probably the part that's changed the most, the Sylvester Mccoy era has gone from, well, it went from nothing to that to now all of it, which I'm very happy about. So we have season 24 as all blue spines, which is just even better because they're more rarer. Time and 60 days are like brand new. Time and the Rani, Paradise Towers, Daleks and the Bannermen, Dragonfire, can't wait for season 24 to come out in Blu-ray. The first McCoy target book I shall be reading, Remembrance of the Daleks, cannot wait. Again, I fucking love this cover. Daphne's Patrol, Silver Nemesis, Another Blue Spine, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, and then season 26 was just a nice consistent white. Battlefield, this is pretty much brand new, and again, I'm so happy to have it. Ghostlight, The Curse of Fenric, which is one of my favourite target books I own. Again, I love it. And Survival. And we have the novel of the TV movie. And then, of course, Rose, which I have read, my first target book that I did read, and it's fucking brilliant. Way better than the TV story. It does it justice, this book. The Programme Guide Volume 1, Programme Guide Volume 2, the Doctor Who Quiz Book 1, Quiz Book 2, Quiz Book 3, things are starting to slip. We have the Terrestrial Index, which I have not a fucking clue what it's about, but I'm intrigued to find out. We have 2 of the handbooks. I would like to get the 3rd Doctor one. We have the 4th Doctor handbook, and that just, there we go. The 6th Doctor handbook. The Library of Time, which is just obviously previews of the new target books that came out. Doctor Who, well, The Making of Doctor Who, the 2nd edition, a very cool book. And one of my favourite target books I own, the Galaxy 4 hardback, which only cost me £5. So there you go, that's all the target books, but we're not stopping there. I have a couple of doubles and also spares here. A couple of these I'm keeping and selling on. The Armada paperbacks of Doctor Who An Exciting Adventure with Daleks, the Daleks, Doctor Nazarbi, Doctor and the Cybermen, one that I'm keeping because I love the cover. It's actually hard to get that edition. Doctor and the Tomb of the Cybermen, the Pinnacle Books version of Day of the Daleks, Doctor and the Planet of Daleks, the 2nd edition, and my spare copy of the Happiest Patrol. So there we are. And there you go. That is my entire target book collection for April 2021. So expect another update at some point, I'd say later on this year, because Comic-Con's happening again, and I will certainly be buying more target books. So yeah, that's it. Don't have much more else to say other than thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.